Good afternoon, this is Bob Iaccino coming to you from the CME Group trading floor in Chicago. Talking metals, let's talk copper futures. Base metals have definitely been waiting for the Chinese data that we got overnight, and it was mixed. Chinese retail sales was much stronger, indicating that there could be a rebound in the Chinese consumer. The Chinese consumer has been slightly muted over the past few months, and you got 1% beat on the headline retail sales, seasonally adjusted year over year, and the month over month got about a 0.2 beat. So that was pretty good news from the Chinese economy. If the consumer comes back, it is likely to trickle down into GDP and into some of the more manufacturing, industrial production style jobs. But for now, that Chinese GDP came in exactly as expected, both on the core and the headline. Year over year, the month over month was only 1/10 higher. So coming in as expected wasn't horrible, but I think the market was looking for a little bit of an upward surprise, hence the bit of sell-off we saw in copper today with that low around 305 and change. We did come up in toward the end of the day, but still finished copper slightly lower. But the move in the early market after that Chinese GDP number was quite strong. We were down over 0.5% in copper. And the industrial production numbers, again, keeping it mixed, missed by quite a bit in the Chinese data. Chinese industrial production, both year over year, month over month, and year to date, all came in lower than expected, which again, base metals directly toward the manufacturing sector, directly toward the industrial producers, and those were the ones that missed. The Chinese consumer could pull that up later, but as of right now, the demand is expected to be a little bit more tepid than we originally thought, looking for those numbers to beat. Now, the dollar index came off its lows. Dollar, of course, inverse correlation to commodities, especially base metals. We are not seeing strength in the dollar overall, but it is significant that it came off of its lows. Those lows were about 6-month lows in the dollar index, back up toward 89. So the dollar strength, again, take that with a grain of salt, it's not really strong, but the intraday dollar strength also not helping copper prices. This overall weakness of the dollar is likely why we came up in toward the end of the day on most of the base metals, copper not being an exception to that. This is Bob Iaccino talking about a slightly lower copper future from the CME Group trading floor in Chicago.